Hello guys, this is the Enemy Owie, and welcome back to Fruit of Grisaia. As you see this tearful high music, we've been hurt pretty bad. All of a sudden, her quiet voice grows rough and quivering. Believe it or not, this isn't the worst injury he has ever gotten. He gotten worse injury before that, and it was actually amazed by every single person how he's still fucking alive. But before I get into that, I bet a lot of you guys were mad that I skipped over the backstory, so I'm going to give a rough summary of what happened of the parts that I skipped. Basically, the father tried to control her by making everything made up, fake. Her friends were abusing her, using her to get secrets and dirt on her family. The father doesn't really care for her. He considers her as a tool to use for their family business. Which is, I'll say this right out, it's unacceptable. And a lot of you guys probably saw me as emotional as this guy was being a freaking douchebag. But anyway, as you saw at the end of that flashback, that little quiver, she lashed out at the friend that betrayed her. She was really trying to lash out at her father, but didn't want to because under all that, she still sees him as her father, which is something that or else he would have killed her a long time ago by that lash out. But that's what happened. Now, I'm going to go into a personal rant slash life story here. Because people like that father, I despise those people. As you already know from my emotional outburst, I hate that type of people that doesn't understand the concept of human life. If you see a person just as a tool, then what makes you? Like, I literally had this whole speech prepared too, but I just can't now. It's just, I also just ate a burger earlier before starting this, so I won't get hungry, but I've seen people like that before, and these are the type of people that want me to punch them in the fucking face saying, get your act together. This is a human being, not a fucking tool for you to use. Like, that's just plain wrong. And this is me saying this. One thing that I know for sure, no matter what, there's going to be people that are bad, that are just bad shit. Those that are great, like the type of thing that the type of way that he treats her, is the type of people that causes others to commit suicide, to become psychopathic killers, or all the above, or something worse. And people like that should really look back on their actions. Because, what the fuck? Just why? And the main reason why I hate those people is because I mainly hate myself. Because here I am sitting back doing nothing while I'm forced to watch this person suffering. I know this is a game and everything, but I feel like the helplessness of I'm not able to do anything. Because I normally do something about it. Like, back when I was in school, I get bullied a few times, but not after they get in a fight with me. Here's one thing I make a rule. If you mess with me, if you mess with my crew, if you mess with my family, I'm gonna kick your ass. Because you're trying to mess with my life, my world. I'm not gonna let someone step in the way of that. That's the type of person I am, and I'm gonna enjoy it watching a friend get hurt. because in my old school, St. Gabriel Catholic school, it was literally nothing but bullies and druggies. And all my girl classmates always hide behind me. Well, minus my ex-girlfriend. My ex-girlfriend actually went to the same school as me, and she's the only one that can stand on her own, and she always stays right next to me every time I get into a fight. So, yeah. But when I transferred schools over to St. Mary's at grade 5, everything changed. It was more happy, and then suddenly this transfer student came in, and it was this douchebag. No one liked him. Yet he hangs out with me for some odd reason. I don't like him, so I try to stay away from him as much as possible. But then he did something stupid. He started picking on this one girl because he said, "No, I don't want to go out with you." Then he went back to yell at her. I told him to stop. He kicks me in the nuts. I get mad, and I stuffed him in a fence. I somehow pushed him through the school's fence, and all the rebar and everything coiled around his limbs, so he was stuck hanging there. And then the teacher that wasn't doing anything to stop the fight or quelling it comes over to me, but my whole class that was saying, "Please, someone do something to stop this," surrounds me and protects me from the teacher. So, that was another thing. And then when I went to high school, one bully, he thought it was funny to throw a basketball at my face. Yes, I got pissed off. So I tried a swing at him. But he dodged, grabbed behind me, bashed my face in. I almost break his fucking ribcage. Elbow jab. Almost. I wore down his bones. He won't be getting any good fights anytime soon with his ribcage the way it is. I know human anatomy. The way that I wore down his bones, you will never fight again, hopefully, or else he'll end up with a broken ribcage. But that's the thing. I'm not a big fan of bullies. I'm not a big fan of people messing with other people. I'll like to help any way I can. That goes with also people cheating on other people. Like, here's the thing: if I was ever put in the position, if I was put in that position at all, I'll be like, I'll give the girl that I'm in love with 2 choices here: stay with me, or go with the guy you're cheating with. If he chooses me but still cheats on him, then that's when I kick him out. You don't just kick him out right away. That just shows a level that, oh, you just want her for her body. No. I know you feel the sense of betrayal, but at least give her a chance to explain herself. You may never know. It may be a one-time thing. Maybe she was drunk. Maybe she was on drugs. You never know what happened. So it's best to let her explain first, then give her the decision, and then see what goes. If she makes the wrong choice, kick her out. That's all you have to do. Yep, people overreact and kick them out immediately, or do something stupid like, "Oh, it's her birthday," and then you're kicking her out. Like, what the fuck? I know I personally went on a rant here, but I just hate people like that. Hate people that sees people as nothing more as a means to an end. That's just fucked up. Seems I chose my words somewhat poorly. Sakaki reached the end of her endurance, tears clearly not the first she's shed tonight fall onto my bandaged hand. Sakaki. The quiet crying begins to grow in intensity. And I bet you guys are wondering, why the heck do I play this? Well, I like romances. I like the romance genre in anime. I mainly like anime because it's something I grew up with as in my childhood. I never really was a big fan of cartoons because I like something with more base to it, like more sense of reality. And also I like things with a hidden lesson in the back. Like, you can tell the subtle lesson that it shows you in there. But some people just overlook it and say, oh, it's just the power of friendship. No, the whole point of the power of friendship thing is alone, you can't do shit by yourself. But if you're in a group or with someone, then you can possibly do something. You can't take on the world alone, so... The quiet crying begins to grow in intensity, grasping my palm tightly. Sakaki heaves with sobs like a frightened child, teardrops raining from her face. Her voice echoes loudly inside the otherwise hushed room. From outside the window, I can hear the faint sound of water cutting through the air. Gotta fix the lighting. Is that good? A little bit. There we go. And to think of it, the forecast today called for rain a little after midnight. It's exactly the sort of dark, ugly rain Sakaki hates so much. I feel like crying right now, but the tears would not come. After a few minutes of wordless crying, those words slip out of her mouth. Of what? I think that's true for everyone who actually has a sense of morality. Someone who actually has a conscience and cares for and actually knows that the people around them, the bonds that you share with people. And I say that specifically because I watch Persona a lot. I'm going to say it. I even have the game Persona 5. I say it's the best game I think I played in the anime genre because of the choices that it makes you do. The fact that you can choose to be... That's the thing. I like romances. I like love stories. I like how it ends with a happy ending, not a sad one. Because think, we're always waiting for our lives for that one specific the person that is supposed to complete us for the thing that we're missing entirely. I still haven't found the exact right girl yet. I had one, but we're not the type of people that do long distance, so we broke up. Even though I regret it and could have said more and tried to make her stay, but I couldn't. Like I said, alone we can't do anything. If we had more people around us, then maybe we could have done something. But there's no way to do that. Sakaki squeezes down tighter and tighter. A tear lands on top of her rigid, trembling hands, then another. Losing her mother, betrayed by her father, denied even the chance to make friends, she was pushed into a mock school built as a gilded cage. On an emotional level, it's not surprising that Sakaki finds this latest breakdown deeply painful. But that's also exactly why I want to do something for her. The job isn't easy under these circumstances, but if I can give her some peace of mind, I honestly don't mind taking a few wounds like this. Looking up at Sakaki's miserable face, I find myself regretting that I didn't manage to pass it off as a lighter injury. Okay, literally, this isn't... He suffered through worse. He literally fought in war when he was younger. I think when he was 11 or 12, he was fighting in war. Like, he suffered through a lot, this guy. this is nothing compared to his usual thing. Actually, I think I remember his wounds in the anime of his backstory when he was 7 or 6. All the gashes, all the wounds that look like he was opened up, put back together, opened up, put back together, and so on. Over and over again. He suffered through worse than what he appears. Don't worry about me, I can still do my job even if. I think you're the one that's not getting it. This is nothing compared to what he usually has to deal with. Her voice is desperate, hoarse from the tears. Do you know how many jobs he has to do putting his life on the line? This is... Trust me, I looked into the backstory of this really carefully just to remind myself of something. Because I had a theory at some point, but then I wanted to confirm it. So I went on... I watched the whole anime series again. I watched all the manga again. I read the manga again. And I also looked at the wiki. This is his first ever protection job. This is the first time he was ever a bodyguard. Because all missions in his past were to kill people. All he was to kill people. Not once that he had something to protect. The first protected job he ever got was this. So if anything, I say if anything, he actually did pretty good here. I can remember the last time I felt such powerful hatred for my own incompetence. Police silence settles over the room. Bakuki's eyes don't leave mine. With a sorrowful expression on her face, she opens her mouth and speaks sorrowful words. Don't do that with a fucking smile. I hate forced smiles. Those things. What was that? For a moment I wondered if I misheard. But she doesn't hesitate to confirm my fears. What are you saying? You saw those people today. Without me around, next time they'll definitely... God, this reminds me of a freaking moment in Taruhu Magica Index with the fucking sister thing. Because I knew Toma liked Mikoto. They could just confirm it right when you make the 3rd season. Come on, or at least finish it off in the manga that they get her and finally become a couple already. They like each other. Just stick with it. I think they met each other before the whole index thing. Might as well stick to that storyline. Even in the side stories. Even all the sisters fall in love with the same guy. Well, mainly because of the network, and when one sister feels something, they all feel it at the same time. Minus Last Order. And Misaki the worst, but you get the point. All of them fell in love with the same guy. Although... Makoto number 10090 was the only one that did something, and Makoto 100, was it 31 or 32? I don't exactly remember. Are the only ones that actually attempt to get close to him and also show Misaki, the original, that you have feelings for this guy. Just admit it already. Be honest with yourself and what you're feeling inside. But again, I can't believe I'm talking about another anime while I was looking at this. Well, basically, you should probably know the sisters arc already. Makoto was about to sacrifice herself, end the program. She was going to let herself die so all the sisters could live. And then Toma came in and said, no. Sacrificing yourself would not gain anything, and you will be suffering the worst fate. Although Toma never really learned that lesson himself, because he later did the same mistake. Then Misaki brought him out of it, just like he did for her. But anyway, back on top. That is not... It's a noble choice, but result would not change anything. You would just lose yourself, and all the people around you, or before you, all the people that are close to you, all the people that know you, will be sad if you die. That's something unacceptable. That's something that shouldn't happen. Again, I'm just ranting at this point. This should be called the Fruit of Grisaia Let's Play / rant. To be certain, although they attacked me today, their target is Sakaki alone. I gotta click that just to continue off with the story here, but anyway. I also really love that anime. I can't wait for a 3rd season. Or would it be considered... It could be considered the 5th season because of the whole Railgun series that they have on the side. I don't know, it's sort of like Index, Railgun, Index. But it's a weird thing. But anyway, going back on topic before I lose myself here. Point is, sacrificing yourself would not get you anywhere. It's a noble thing to do, but it's not something that you should do. Like I said, this is something that you should be throwing your life away for. Here's a quote that I like from one of the Resident Evil movies. It was a cartoon one. I think it was Resident Evil Degeneration. It was a line said by Leon S. Kennedy. Although he took the line from someone else, he still said it. This one line, I think, is inspirational and should be followed through by everyone who actually works to save people, including psychiatrists. Psychiatrists, which should keep in mind for those who commit suicide. If you can't save one life, you can't save any. That means if you can't save your own life, if you can't save the life of the person next to you, you won't be able to save anyone. You'll just be hurting everyone. That's something that shouldn't happen. If I leave her side, the main threat disappears. Those dangerous goons will probably decrease in number, maybe even disappear altogether. But of course, that's simply because they'll be able to accomplish their objective even without the muscles. Muscle. I heard something, might be my cat, but I'm not sure. Anyway. As I was going to continue my topic, it won't get you anywhere. So, if you have two choices. Truly give up or fight for what you believe in. Fight for what's right. Fight for your own cause, your own beliefs. Don't just sit there and do nothing or end yourself because, oh, it's convenient. I will just put everyone around you into a sad predicament. I swore I'd protect Sakaki after making a promise like that. I can't accept a request to abandon her. Sorry, but you're still in danger. I'm not willing to shrug my shoulders and walk away. I refuse to resign. She doesn't realize his true feelings either. You think it was only your love is only one-sided. It's not. It's both ways. Although he doesn't really express it all that much or show it. All because of his suffering through childhood, from start to finish. He suffered through a lot. He can't really express himself anymore. He lost that. Even after he was rescued, he suffered more. Do you know what you're saying here? These people aren't playing around anymore. You're going to... You're the one that's not understanding here, Sakaki. And also... Yeah, the creators of the anime index, of Toro Machiko Index, please let there be another season. Please continue off the story from the manga. It's already way far in. Just make another one. And also, manga creators, makers of that, Toro Taro Magica Index. Please end it with Toma and Makoto Misaka together. Please. That would make it so much more perfect than the way it is. Like, look at Tokyo Ghoul. They did something way better than that. Please do something the same. They first had a hate relationship, then they got closer, then they wanted to protect each other and be together, and they stayed together. That should be how it is. Don't just keep on splitting them up every so chance that they get. Although it's more or less Makoto that's pushing him away because of the random attacks because of her stubbornness. But you get what I mean. Listen to me, Sakaki. Sakaki expression tells the story. This is something she said on the spur of the moment. It was a painful decision made after long thought. The tracks her tears have left on her face, the tightly clenched hands, the anguished inner debate has left its mark on her. But just because I understand the depth of her resolve doesn't mean I can accept this, because he has his own resolve. That's also another thing that I took from this time from an anime, mainly Bleach, the first one of the best anime that I've seen in my childhood, and I still think it's the best today. I'm not a big Naruto fan. Even though I enjoy Naruto, I sort of made my friend into a Naruto nut, in a way. Because I first showed him a Naruto... We both played a Naruto game on the GameCube, and we both were hammering each other. Then we started to be imaginary fights with each other. So... But you get what I mean. I mainly like Bleach. Bleach was always my favorite. And when they mentioned Resolve was the thing that came in mind. If you don't want to get hit, don't let them hit you. If you want to protect someone, don't let them die. If you attack, strike. You don't hesitate, just go in there. Painful, frustrating to know my sloppiness drove her to such an agonizing decision. Alright, accept your dismissal. Lucky isn't going to budge no matter what I say. For the moment, there's no other way to give her relief. The instant I spoke those words, the tension drains out of her hands. It's as if a heavy weight has fallen from her shoulders, as if she lost something precious. A hollow excuse for a smile on her face. Sakaki continued to, don't apologize, you're not in the wrong. The sound of the rain outside gradually grows louder. Harsh pattering fills the dark room, cut off even from the light of the moon. As of this day, my employment with Sakaki Yumiko came to an end in the form of a dismissal. Things are no better than they were at the beginning. No one's been saved. It's the emptiness of all possible conclusions. Yeah, there's my life story and what I think of anime, and also my little rants. Also, my message to the fucking creators of the Index anime and manga. Please make another one. And also alter the story so that they can be together. That one makes things so perfect. So good. In its own way. Like, come on. We've been all waiting for it. We saw the signs. Just make it happen. Just make it happen. That's my personal opinion. Oh, what the heck happened? I don't know what the hell happened. But I gotta get to the next part. I'll see you then.